Scrappy friends. I have some December daily prep for you today, and I am working on the first page that will probably be in my book. I just decided to make a really fun page that has Merry Christmas on it, and that Merry Christmas is from the Chamel pack, and it's the die cuts fold together. So if you wanted, you could cut them apart or like fold them. They're pretty cool. And that background paper is from Dear Lizzy. It's an exclusive or like a specialty paper, and it has tissue paper on it. And I will say I wish I had a protector for this because I can tell it's probably not going to last very long, which is kind of sad. So I'm going to have to see if I can find something to put this in so it doesn't get ruined. Otherwise it's gonna get, the tissue paper will just come off. It's kind of getting bumped just even by being in my album without anything on it. And I had that Mary Mary, and I think that's from Fancy Pants. I have no idea what year it's from. And I really like that red and silver, and the red has like glitter on it, so it's really, really fun. And I'm just gonna make like a tree type of design on here. I'm trying to be fancy and not fancy all at the same time. So, which is why I'm just using the shapes to make out. And I've seen this on other pages, like I want to say Simple Stories had a tree last year out of different sayings or something. So it's kind of reminiscent of that. And you will see me kind of the way I glue this together. I'm just gluing it in between each little thing. And I do have to hold it down. Otherwise it just sprung right back up. That was the only thing I will say that I had an issue with. Though it wasn't much of an issue because I seen what was going on, and I just put, you'll see once I glue it down that I just put my acrylic block on it, and that works fine. Especially since I already knew the placement of it, that really helped. So, and that piece that is near where the Mary is from American Crafts. I think it was one of their cut-aparts. They had some really cute cut-aparts that were like 4x4 sizes, and that one was like 2 tags together. And I realized that my paper had gotten ripped there, so I'm going to put a little stuff on it, but that kind of bugs me. And so I'm seeing if maybe my bow will cover that, but it's not really. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, what do I have that is going to cover it and that will look okay? So I'm going to look through this die cut pack, and I want to say I think that's Fancy Pants. And there were these circles with red, and the red was similar to the red in the Chamel collection. Those are my, I think it's Kaden. She was helping me out for a while on this page. And this video only shows this page, and it's going to show what, maybe day 27 and day 28, and then after that you're just going to see close-ups of up until day 5, which is what I have done so far. My plan to be really organized is only semi-organized, but that's okay because I think that as long as you get something done ahead of time, it makes it a lot easier. And I really am trying to keep it somewhat simple, though I am going a little bit probably more complicated than some of the other ladies I've been seeing. Like Victoria, she did an awesome job on hers, but hers was a lot simpler than what I did. So here I'm working on the next page. I finished that, and I'm thinking about how I want to put my date on here, on these. I always start my December daily in November. Actually, I start the day after Thanksgiving because that's when we put up our tree. And to me, that makes sense for my family. And I think that's what I like about this, doing this process of journaling your December or your Christmas or your holiday season, because it doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas, but is that you make it work for you. So I usually start after like November. So I start after Thanksgiving, and then I go till Christmas, and I don't go any further because since our kids are really little still, or I say really little, they're a lot younger. We don't really do a whole lot for New Year's Eve, and a lot of it is being in the military and being away from family. It's not like we have a reason to get together. So maybe as the years go on, I will change up the way that I do things. But right now, this is how I'm doing it. And I think that's what I like about this, and what I'm really hoping to get out of my whole December daily process, or my journaling of my Christmas season, is that to show how things stay the same and things change depending on where we live, depending on what year it is. You know, I mean, as my kids get older, obviously our traditions will change a little bit, or what we do will change. So I'm really looking forward to that. So as you've seen, I had that November, and that is from the Maggie Holmes Shine collection. One of the papers has all the months on it, and I really liked the script. Now, I worked really, really hard to try to replicate this in my own handwriting, and I am just not very good at it, the brush script. So for right now, instead of, because I know it takes a long time to get that brush script really nice, like Jen Scow does an amazing job, and I think she has a class which I'm probably going to take at some point in the new year, just so I can up my game and get better at the handwriting, because I really love the way that that looks. So what I did, because I couldn't do it, is I photocopied the November, and then I photocopied December as well. So I made enough copies so that I have one for every day, and I'm going to use this because I really loved how this card turned out. And I just picked that tag and a Chamel tree. I know that this day is the day that we're putting up our tree. So when I go and I make, like, you know, do my pictures and everything, I'll make sure that I'll probably do a big picture of the tree, or of one of the kids doing something on the putting something on the tree. I'm not really sure exactly. I'm probably not going to do every day, like do that day like I did last year. I probably try to do it like 3 days, like every 3 days do them or something, but we'll see. Only because I know last year I spent a lot of time doing the pages, but I did it every day, which kept me up to date, but I didn't have time to do a lot of other crafting and stuff, and I really want to make sure I get in some 12 by 12 layouts. I think that will make me happier, as far as, because I really love doing 12 by 12. So anyway, so now I'm just working on another card, and I'm pretty much just trying to match some cards together, just so that I have a place that maybe I could do journaling, and a spot that has like a filler card and then the date card. But not all of them am I going to do this process. Pretty much, I think at some point soon, I decide to just do 2 cards per day, and then I can decide later on how I want to do it, because some days I might have 2 pictures and some days I might not. So in that sheet right there that I'm looking at, with the Sparkle and Shine that I cut out, I end up cutting out a lot of those so that I can use them later. I haven't used that many, I don't think, but that's my plan. And this paper is from Studio Calco, and I really like that. I think that that works with the green, because I use that green from, I want to say it's crepe paper. It looks like the Christmas trees. So since I'm using a whole bunch of different papers from different collections, I'm really trying to make sure that I'm keeping in mind the colors that are going together, so that I don't clash colors as much as possible. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay, but I really want to try to keep that scheme looking pretty cohesive because, and I'm sorry that some of this is off screen. I think I kind of forgot that I was filming, and like I said, I think this is the last day that I work on, and then I'm done. So I cut around that, and maybe if I had thought about it, I would have cut out each word, but that's okay. And then I'm going to add these stars because I'm using both silver and gold on my spread, though. I'm trying to keep silver with silver as much as possible, so I'm not mixing like gold and silver on the same day. I mean, we'll see, because it all depends, but yeah. I do show close-ups of all of what I worked on, and I'm hoping that at some point soon, in the next couple of days, I can do a flip through so that you guys can see it a little bit better, and I'll talk a little bit more about what I did on the other days, but for now, I wanted to get this out and show you guys what I've been working on. I've been trying not to work too much just on this and work on other stuff too. And I'm going to use this as my date card, but I really don't care to have that extra wording. Not that it doesn't make sense. It's just I already have to sparkle and shine. So I'm going to put November over top of the words. I mean, hey. And like I said, I photocopied the November, so that's how I had that, and then I fussy cut it. It was a pain in the butt, but it's totally worth it because I really like the way that makes everything flow, and it especially will start looking nicely when I start adding the Pink Fresh Studio numbers, because I start adding those in December. So here are some close-ups, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions about my process, let me know in the comments below, and I will get back to you. And I will be sharing more of my process as I go through, and soon I'll be starting to add photos because, as you know, it's already the end of November, and so now I just have to go through and edit photos and start thinking about how I'm gonna lay everything together. But I will see you guys later, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.